Ever heard of a man who dreamed of wireless electricity for the whole world, harnessed the power of Niagara Falls, and had a legendary rivalry with Thomas Edison? Hello everyone, I'm Uğur Güney. Today we're examining the extraordinary and often tragic life of Nikola Tesla, one of history's greatest minds. Born in 1856 in a small village in what is now Croatia, Tesla's childhood was marked by flashes of brilliance. He had a photographic memory and could perform complex calculations in his head. From a young age, he was fascinated by electricity, inspired by watching sparks fly from his mother's hand as she stroked their cat. He knew then that this mysterious force was his destiny. After studying engineering, he worked for the Continental Edison Company in Paris, but his ambitions were far grander than just improving existing designs. In 1884, with just 4 cents in his pocket and a letter of recommendation to Thomas Edison, Tesla arrived in America. The letter supposedly said, "I know 2 great men and you are one of them. The other is this young man." Edison hired him, but their partnership was doomed from the start. They were opposites in every way. Edison was a practical inventor, a master of trial and error. Tesla was a visionary, a man who built entire inventions in his mind before ever touching a tool. The breaking point came over a simple disagreement. Edison promised Tesla $50,000 if he could improve Edison's inefficient direct current, or DC generators. Tesla worked tirelessly and presented a brilliant solution. When he asked for his payment, Edison laughed it off, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." This wasn't just about money. It was a profound disrespect that Tesla would never forget. He quit immediately. This split sparked the infamous War of the Currents. Tesla had developed a far superior system, alternating current, or AC. AC could travel over long distances much more efficiently than Edison's DC. He partnered with George Westinghouse, who saw the potential in AC. Edison, fearing the loss of his DC empire, launched a ruthless smear campaign. He publicly electrocuted animals, including an elephant, using AC to try and convince the public it was dangerously unstable. But science and a little bit of showmanship won out. At the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, Tesla and Westinghouse spectacularly lit up the entire exhibition with AC power, a dazzling display that left no doubt about its superiority. Their ultimate victory came when they won the contract to build the world's first major hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls using Tesla's AC technology. This momentous achievement powered the city of Buffalo and kickstarted the electrification of the world. For a moment, Tesla was on the top of the world. With the War of the Currents won, Tesla's mind raced toward even grander ideas. He moved to a remote lab in Colorado Springs, a place where he could conduct his most ambitious and dangerous experiments. Here, under the vast sky, he built a massive coil that shot man-made lightning bolts over 100 feet long. He discovered terrestrial stationary waves, proving the Earth itself could conduct electricity. His goal was nothing short of a global wireless system, a way to transmit not just information but power through the air, free for everyone. Backed by the powerful financier J.P. Morgan, Tesla began building his dream project on Long Island, New York, a colossal transmission tower called Wardenclyffe. This tower was meant to be the first of a global network that would provide wireless communication and energy to the entire planet. Imagine a world with no power lines, where energy was as freely available as the air we breathe. That was Tesla's vision. But it was a vision too far ahead of its time. When Morgan realized Tesla's ultimate goal was free energy, not a profitable enterprise, he pulled the funding. Other investors followed suit, spooked by the scale and strangeness of Tesla's project. The Wardenclyffe Tower, Tesla's greatest dream, was never completed. It stood for years as a monument to what could have been, before being torn down for scrap metal during World War I. This failure was a crushing blow from which Tesla never fully recovered. The second half of his life was a slow, heartbreaking decline. While Guglielmo Marconi was being celebrated for inventing the radio, using 17 of Tesla's own patents, Tesla himself was sliding into obscurity and debt. He continued to invent, patenting ideas for everything from vertical takeoff aircraft to particle beam weapons. But he lacked the funding and the business sense to bring them to life. He became an increasingly eccentric figure in New York City, living in a series of hotels, his bills often paid by former partners like Westinghouse or other admirers. He developed a deep obsession with pigeons, caring for injured birds on the windowsills of his hotel room. He claimed to have a special bond with one particular white pigeon, which he said he loved as a man loves a woman. On January 7th, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in his room at the Hotel New Yorker at the age of 86. He was nearly penniless, surrounded by his unpaid bills and his visionary, unfulfilled ideas. After his death, the US government seized all of his papers and research, classifying many of them. To this day, much of his work remains shrouded in mystery. For decades, Tesla was largely forgotten by history, a footnote in the story of Edison. But in recent years, his legacy has been resurrected. We now recognize him as the true father of our modern electrical grid, radio, remote control, and countless other technologies that shape our daily lives. He was a man who saw the future with stunning clarity, but struggled to make it a reality in his own time. His life is a powerful and cautionary tale. It's a story of genius, rivalry, ambition, and heartbreak. He gave the world the light it now runs on, but he died in the dark, alone. Nikola Tesla wasn't just an inventor, he was a prophet of the technological age. And his story reminds us that sometimes the greatest minds are the ones the world is not yet ready for. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into history, and let me know in the comments which historical figure you'd like to see covered next. See you in the next one.